Welcome back to N.Rajini Kiran, my YouTube channel. This video is going to present you about the data types that we use in Java programming. The data types in Java are categorized into two types. One is primitive and another one is non-primitive. Under primitive data type, we can represent numeric values and non-numeric values. Suppose if you wanted to represent numeric values, you can either categorize them as an integer types or floating types. If it is a non-numeric value, we can either represent them as a character or Boolean type. Moving to the non-primitive data types, classes, interfaces, arrays, objects, all these things comes under non-primitive data types. At the end of this video, I'm going to represent the difference between the primitive and non-primitive data types. Let us move to the integer data type. Suppose if you wanted to read any whole number, then the data types that we can use in Java are either byte or short or int or long. So if we are going to represent it as a byte, then it needs 1 byte of memory. If it is a short, 2 bytes of memory. And if it is an integer data type, we need 4 bytes of memory. And if it is a long integer, we need 8 bytes of memory. And one more point that we have to remember is Java is not going to support unsigned type. That means all the values in Java have a signed data. That is either it is a positive integer or negative integer. Now moving to the floating point. If you wanted to store any long precision decimal point number, Java supports two types in order to store such values. They are float and double. If it is a float, we need 4 bytes of memory, and if it is a double, we need 8 bytes of memory. And moving to the third data type, that is character data type. If you wanted to store a single character, then we need a character data type called char, and it needs 2 bytes of memory and can hold a single character in it. Say for example, if you wanted to store any value like true or false, that is a Boolean type, we need a Boolean data type, and there is a data type in Java, that is Boolean, which holds a 1 bit of storage to represent the true or false. Why? Because true represents 1, false represents 0, and it needs only 1 bit of storage. Now moving to the non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types are called reference types because they refer to the object. And the main difference between primitive and non-primitive means primitive data types are predefined in Java, whereas non-primitive data types are user-defined in Java. That means they are created by the programmer and are not defined by Java. Non-primitive data types can call the methods, whereas primitives cannot do so. Primitive types always have a value, whereas non-primitive types can also have a null value in it. This is the three difference between a primitive and non-primitive data types. Thank you for watching this video.